All right, guys. So, little disclaimer. I was gonna apologize to start this video off because there's gonna be some probably choice words. There's probably going to be some emotion. There's definitely gonna be emotion. There's gonna be a lot of passion that goes into this. But I'm not gonna say sorry. I'm just gonna put it out there as a warning. This video is not for everybody. This is a video that's going to go very deep. I'm going to share something that I have never shared with anybody in the world, ever. My own parents, my own, nobody. But I'm putting it out today because it's something that needs to be said, because I know there's other people out there that are hurting as well. And because it's life-changing. It is. It really is. So let's just get into it. I'm not even gonna do no crazy intro, nothing. Let's just get real right quick. The day that I was laying on my bedroom floor as a young teen in my what I call Soho apartment, because as much as I'm hundreds of miles from California, I definitely had the California mindset in my head. Everything is tropical. It was very peaceful in life, and I wanted that vibe in my room. So laying on my Soho apartment room, on the floor, staring at the ceiling, you know, thinking on all of my fuck ups, all the things that I do wrong, all the people that I hurt because I open up too much, all that. I sat there that day and I pondered the big question, the scary question that not everybody asks, but some people do, and it's scary. That question is, should I be here? Why am I here? Is this even worth it? Why burden all these people in my life with the fuck ups that I'm experiencing? The thoughts that go through your head when you get into a spot like that are just scary. You know, you start thinking of all the different ways that it could just be over. It could just be done. And I think the reason, and here's the thing. I thought that day was the pivoting point in my life when I decided not to, and we're gonna get into that in just a minute. But it very much so wasn't. I thought that after I made that decision, I was like, all right, no, I'm good. I got a good mindset now. I'm fine. And fuck up after fuck up after fuck up later, here I am. And today is that pivoting point. So the pivoting point that I thought was gonna happen years and years ago ended up happening much later. But they say that, you know, you don't realize why things happen in life until you get to the top of the mountain you're climbing and you look back and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So, circling back, the day that I was laying there and I was thinking, like, let's just be done. I think that comes from, and I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't understand why I was feeling that way, because life was not that hard. Life is not that difficult. There are people going through way worse shit than what I was going through. It was just stupid drama, things that teenagers go through. And I think that's why suicide is such a hot topic when you're a young kid, and it's worse and worse as years go on, because the world is so toxic and people are so damn aggressive and rude, and you know how people are. So a lot of people don't even open up to share that, and I'm here today to share this stuff because as much as it hurts to dig deep back to that, it's something that has been causing me to be stagnant for a long time, and I need to address it. I need to just address it, put it out, and I'm gonna open up. And share stuff that I never shared before, but I won't be sharing everything because it does not need to be out there for the whole world to know. That's kind of reserved, you know, for people, your circle, your very, very close circle. But I wanted to just jump in here, guys, and talk about this. So here we go. I think that comes from a space of thinking that, you know what, I'd rather be dead because dead would hurt less than what I'm going through right now. And I think that that's not an uncommon thought. I think that that's actually something that people probably experience a lot, because life gets hard sometimes. You go through some shit, and sometimes that shit just stacks and stacks and stacks until the point you're just like, you want to break. You fall to your knees and you try to get back up, but after getting up 100 times, you're like, Why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? And this can be in so many things. It can be in a financial sense. It could be in a relationship sense. It can be in a physical thing that happened to you. It can be a lot of things. But, it's such a scary freaking place to be. And I gotta say, the reason that I'm here today, and the reason I didn't make that decision was for one thing, and that's family. And when I say family, family is not just blood. Family is not just your direct mom and dad, your grandma, your grandpa. Yes, that is 100% family. But more is the people that come into your life that are there for you, that are there for when you are broken down into a million pieces, and they pick them all back up and put you together. When they lift you back up when you've been on the ground and you feel like you can't get up. When you're staring at the sky and you're just like, I'm done. They grab your hand, they pull you up, they're like, no, you're not. You got this. They're there for you when you celebrate your wins. They're there. That's family. So I don't care how old you are, how young you are, what race you are, what gender you are. Family can be anybody, but it's not everybody. So the day that I was making that decision, I'm sitting there thinking, is this the right decision to make? Should I just be done? Should I just be done? Because I don't want to burden all these people with my fuck ups anymore. That was this day that I realized that family was my number one value in life, because of them, and none of them know that to this day. None of them know that still, because I've never shared this. Family was the reason that I'm still here today, because I thought about the hurt that would bring to other people, and how I could not do that. I couldn't do that. My problems were not that bad to where I needed to just take the easy way out. So let's jump forward. Getting close to the end of high school, I'm having fun, enjoying life, being a teen, hanging out with friends, partying, not partying, but having fun, just doing stupid kid stuff. And then one day I'm like, I'm gonna join the military. And the reason I bring this up is because last night I listened to a motivational speech, and it was in an interview talking with this Navy SEAL. And I want to touch on this real quick. This guy asked this Navy SEAL, and he says, look, can you explain what it's like standing on one side of a door, knowing that behind that door there's probably terrorists, there's, you're about to possibly get killed. What is that like? And he said it's one of the scariest things in the world. You're standing behind this door. You don't know if there's civilians behind it. You don't know if there's people trying to kill you behind it. You don't know if it's booby trapped. You don't know, there might be nothing behind it. But the crazy part is you could open that door, you could lose a limb, you could lose your life, you could lose everything, or nothing could happen at all. It's one of the scariest things ever, but perception is everything, and how you do anything is how you will do everything. So he talks about how you should go through the door. And when we're talking about door in this sense, we're talking about the door of life. So it's not just related to military war. This is the door of life. So whatever that means to you, it's going to mean something different to everybody. So when you're standing behind that door, there's two ways to go into it. You can peek and slowly go in, be hesitant, or in the words of the Navy SEAL, kick that fucker in and go, attack it. And I'm just listening to this and I was like, it brought me back to when I was in the military, because we did an urban ops exercise. We had to do this exact thing. We had our own people on the inside. It was a training exercise. They were in there hiding, waiting to shoot us. Obviously not with real ammo, with whatever. Even though it was a simulation, shit is scary. When you are standing by that door and you're about to push in with your 4 guys, you wait until you feel that push on your leg, that they're ready, and you go and you attack it. And it is the scariest freaking feeling ever. But what I've learned recently, and it's changing my freaking life as I'm learning it, that we're sometimes scared to face the big things in life. Okay, we are scared to face those big challenges, those big fears, those big obstacles in life. But what I've learned in my short time here, being only 23, the biggest change in your life happens when you cross that maximum fear, that maximum challenge. I relate a lot of things to the ocean, because I feel like the ocean is one of those things that we can learn a lot from. And when you look at the ocean, it can be very, very tranquil. It can be very peaceful, but at the same time, it can be a freaking monster. When you look at waves and how they work, the biggest waves break right at they call it the bar, or like the shore, right? Like right there's this sweet spot where waves are just big as hell and they just crash. And when I look at life like that, you know, a lot of us are afraid to even leave the shore and pursue what we want to do. But for those of us that do, we paddle, and we start getting little waves, we get little friction, and we're like, oh, okay, I'm good. And then they get bigger, and you're just going against it until the waves are just seem so big in your life that you can't get past it. But what happens is if you push past that point and you get past that biggest wave, the biggest obstacle, the biggest thing that's holding you back at this moment, at that moment in time, when you get past that, it's peaceful, it's calm. And it's crazy because at the point of maximum fear, the point of maximum stress and challenge and just overall suck, that's when everything becomes better. You push yourself so far, you get there, and then you're just like, I made it. And so the reason I bring this up is going back, that I haven't felt that amount of fear and obstacle in my life until I joined in the military. The day I joined the military, I was like, oh, this is about to be sick. I'm about to be a soldier, like badass. And then it doesn't really set in until you're on that bus and you're going into the shark attack, they call it, when you're arriving at the base and shit hits the fan so fast. When you're sitting there on the bus in the dark, you know you're not getting to talk to your family anymore, your friends, your loved ones, anything. You're sitting there, you're looking out the window like this, and you're wondering, what am I doing? And then that drill sergeant steps on the bus, and it's just immediate. Get the fuck off the bus! Like, everything, shit hits the fan so fast, and you're just like, oh shit, what did I just get myself into? And the reason I say this and bring this up is the last time I felt that much fear was the military. But moving into today, I'm realizing that I've been fighting an inner battle for a long time. When I was in high school, I was a very high energy, just fun person. But even then I was fighting a battle because after moving around so much and losing friends, and I've learned that I'm a very sensitive and emotional person. I love to pour love into people. And because of that, I've had my, I can say, heart, my soul broken a lot because I tend to put it out there and it gets crushed. So going into high school, I tried to just be a fun-loving person and be, you know, try to fit in and just have fun. Going into the military, it changed me. It made me very disciplined. It made me very self-conscious about myself and my surroundings. It made me to a completely different person. So coming back my senior year of high school, I was fighting the biggest internal battle I've ever fought in my life. I didn't know who to be. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know what to do. Because here I am. Should I be the Zach that's fun? Should I be the one that's high energy, smiling, laughing, cracking jokes, making people smile? Or should I be this well-behaved, disciplined, calm gentleman that I've learned to become? And it was just head button. And it was tearing me apart because I couldn't go to senior parties. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do with my friends because it irritated me, because people were messing around having fun, and I was like, I want to have fun, but I gotta be serious. I thought when I left high school that this would all pass. It didn't. It definitely it continued, and it got stronger and stronger, and it caused me to just not live my life the way I wanted to live. I lost connection with my true self. And that's hard. That's real hard. So today, after hearing this motivational speech, and I've been really kind of shifting my life into an inward perspective of looking into my life. Who is Zach? Not what does everybody see? Who am I? Who am I actually? And you know, I'm wearing all black today, something I would usually never do because black is not really, I thought, my color. But I've learned that, because I thought black was associated with emo and demonic and all that, and I'm learning that black is very much the color of death. It is. But where we get it wrong is death is not a bad thing. Death is the end of something and the start of something new. And when you realize that, you start to appreciate your time here. You start to appreciate everything in life. I'm in a place now where the people that are in my life I have less people in my life now than I did before. I used to be friends with everybody in school, and then I moved into a space of, I want my circle to be small, I want it to be tight, I want it to be strong, I want it to be unbreakable. And because of that, I live in a sense that I have so much gratitude for the people that are around me. And that's because it goes back to how family is my number one value. And what kills me, what absolutely tears me apart, is over the last few years, I've neglected it. I've neglected the hell out of it. One, because I was fighting an internal battle trying to figure out who I am and what I'm doing. And two, I've been afraid to live and be my true self and express my true emotions and feelings with people because of this inner battle of figuring out who I should be. So, with all that being said, I think this is a great start. This is a great opening to the next chapter. We're all writing a book, right? We're all writing a book. I've mentioned that before. So, you got to ask yourself, what's my book going to look like when it gets to the end? We don't know when the end is, right? We don't. So, if you're sitting there, standing behind this door of life, right? Maybe there's something you want to do. Maybe there's something you want to say to somebody. Whatever your situation is, it can be a million different things. But if you're standing behind this door of life, how you open that door is absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. So I want to just leave you guys with that. This was a hard conversation to have because I didn't plan it. I didn't script it. I just wanted to share something that's been on my mind for a very long time that I've never shared with anybody. Like I said, there's still so much more deep down that just does not need to be out there. But that's again where family and those very select people you have in your life come into play. Because without them, you're walking alone. And I'll tell you what, the hardest thing in life is to walk alone. So if you're in that spot right now and you feel like you don't have anybody, I guarantee you, I promise you, there's people out there. So you gotta seek them out. And honestly, the day that I stopped trying to find those people, because I wanted that so bad. I wanted to have those people that I know I could rely on after being burned so many fucking times. I was like, I just want that person. Those couple people that are there. And then the moment I stopped looking for it, I was like, I'm just gonna live my life. I started really focusing on the universe and horoscopes and like a lot of stuff like that people would call hipster woo-woo stuff. But the moment I started really focusing on that stuff is that week changed my life so much. And it was literally within the last couple weeks. And I've noticed things working for me, not to me now. It's a complete mind shift. So I invite you guys to follow along, because this is the first video that goes up on this channel. I'm putting it on all 3 of my channels because this is a very important part of life. This is a absolutely game changer for me, like, to put this out there like this, to share this stuff, because I know how the internet is, I know how people are. But like I said, you got to just push open that door of life and go. And if you're alone and you're walking alone right now, still push through that shit. And the people that you need will find their way, and you guys will walk together. And it'll be awesome. So I'm not gonna drag on anymore. Thank you guys for listening. If you listened, if you got this far in the video, we're 20 minutes in almost. God bless. Much love from me to you. Seriously, I don't care if this video has 1 view. I don't care if this video has 1 million views. If you right now are still listening, God, man, much love, much love. This was very hard to talk about, but I'm very excited to move forward and be my true self. I'm gonna express the feelings and the emotions of my true self moving forward. I'm not gonna mask who I am anymore. I'm gonna be me because I want to be me, and I want to live my best life. And I always, since seeing this movie, think about these 3 things that they call the 3 abstractions: love, death, in time, and how we fear those three abstractions, how everything that we covet, everything that we do is because of those three things. Because at the end of the day, we fear we'll never be loved, we fear we're gonna die, and we fear that there's never enough time. That's my takeaway from those. And I always say, stay stoked, you know, live your best life. But honestly, guys, we are here for a very short time. So make the most of it, be your true self, and you gotta just appreciate it. Appreciate life, appreciate the people around you. Make them know that they are loved, show that care, and that's all there is to it. Mahalo, guys, and I will see you all hopefully in the next video. Welcome to the channel. One hell of a start, and I hope you guys are having a good day. God bless.